What is happening, beautiful people of the YouTube? We are back. Today is going to be a little, I plan on getting the food shop filmed, I think, maybe even filming in public for the food shop, because it's a Monday morning. It'll always be kind of dead on a Monday. That's when I like to do my food shop. But today, right now, we are currently on a little morning walk. Ellie is playing Pokemon Go, and it's an absolute beautiful day outside. Just getting kind of used to using the Osmo at the minute. It's a cool little toy, and I will say that. We've literally spent most of this morning trying to get a wasp out of my room. I say I'm trying to get a wasp out of my room. My dad got the wasp out of my room. I'm absolutely shit scared of insects. So that kind of took up the majority of the morning. It was a 6 o'clock rise this morning, and we're literally just getting out on a morning walk at 7 o'clock. That is so fucking peak. I have done absolutely sweet fuck all, apart from doing everything shower. That is the one thing people don't tell you about bodybuilding. The showers take fucking forever when you're nearing shows, which is, it's a bit of a pain in the arse, but you know, it is what it is. So we dealt with that, dealt with the wasp, and right now we currently have to wait on Ellie because she is absolutely sweating Pokemon Go. Let me just switch that there. So yeah, I will see you. I'm going to do a little bit of work when I get in, Monday check-ins as usual, and then we're going to crack on with meal number one. There's been a little bit of a change to meal number one, so I will see you, when we discuss that. So as I said, we've got a little bit of a change going in with this meal, as we're having minus 25 grams of carbs on both a training day and a rest day. So the sourdough, the 20 grams of sourdough is now out of this meal, which is quite sad to be fair. I now only have sourdough on high days, which come obviously twice a week at the moment, Tuesday and Friday, and I have that as meal number one. But for just now, this meal is now trace carb. I will read out the macros for this meal at the moment. We're currently sitting at 39 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat and 17 carb. That just does not sit right with me at all. Let me see why that is so high. Frozen berries. Realistically, trace carb. I've got no complex carb source in there, we should say. We've got a little bit of chia seeds in there too. So we're sitting at a grand total of 364 grams of calories. Bosh. 364 calories for this meal. Boom. That is a finished product. It looks absolutely immaculate. Macros will be on screen. Let's bloody enjoy this. Going to sit down, watch my own check-in at the moment, and then we head out on our weekly food shop. Yo D, we are back from our food shop. Let's do like a little unboxing video. First up, we have got spinach. Realistically, tastes like nothing. I literally just put that on top of my pasta. Reason being, get a little bit of fibre in there, iron, all that good stuff. Spring onions, again, I have to say, taste like nothing. They really have a distinct taste, but I'm a big fan of spring onions, and I like with each of my meals to have roughly within the realms of 100 grams, or 50 to 100 grams of veg, and same goes for fruit. Realistically, again, that way you're going to be ticking off boxes with regards to fibre. This is not mine. With regards to fibre and also micronutrients at the same time too. So it's literally a win-win, and it literally tastes better. As well as obviously that most fruits and veg are going to be realistically really low in carbohydrates, and again higher on that fibre sort of content, and again it's volume as well, so keeps you satiated. Chicken, protein, realistically I've got chicken in because it's an easy sort of protein source to just cook. Realistically it tastes decent, and yeah, all is well with that. Kiwi, again, another nice little source of fibre. Again, also containing digestive enzymes that help with the digestion of protein, which may obviously contribute to that being a little bit more effective. On the fruit side of things, again, frozen pineapple. It's actually kind of dripping in now, so I'm going to put this in the freezer. Set that in there. So we've got frozen pineapple in, again, another fruit that does contain digestive enzymes that help, you know, with the digestion and absorption of protein. Again, pineapple just tastes really fucking good as well, realistically. And again, it's another, you know, box ticked towards, you know, getting your fibre in throughout the day, getting a fuck ton of micronutrients in, and it means that when I'm taking my multivitamin supplement, I don't need to take a full serving of it realistically, because I'm already getting most of it from my actual dietary intake throughout the day anyways. It's just like the multivitamin kind of just comes in and like smooths it all over the top and gets everything that I need that I don't get from food. Again, we're going in with some more frozen fruit. The reason I do buy frozen and I go for a variety when it comes to berries and stuff like that, larger, you know, micronutrient intake, as there is, you know, more variety of berries. They're cheaper realistically, and as well when you buy them frozen, they're often frozen in season as well. So again, the micronutrients are more present as they're obviously, you know, harvested when they are ripe. So again, that's another little tip as well. Fresh fruit is fucking great, don't get me wrong, but it's expensive, and a lot of the time when you're buying out of season, they may not be of the best of quality. So that is the thought process there. We've got a little treat for Ellie as well. We've got chocolate coated strawberries. These are not in the meal plan. We've got 1.5 kilos of mince. It's expensive nowadays. This is like 15 quid. Again, it's a really, really tasty fucking protein source. A little bit of fat in there as well, but realistically not much, because it is a 5%. 5% beef, 5% fat. Jesus Christ, 5% fat beef steak, beef mince. Jesus, if I could speak. So we've got that in there. We have that 150 grams on a training day, 300 grams on a rest day. We have got one of the holy grails of cheese as well. We've got halloumi. I have 35 grams of this on a training day. Absolutely beautiful. Just adds a nice little bit of texture to meal number 4, which is realistically, I think it's a trace carb meal nowadays, but we'll go over that because I'll make this video a sort of food haul, what I eat in a day when on prep. We've got some seasoning here, pepper. All I season my food with, by the way, is literally oregano, pepper, smoked paprika, bosh, that is it. And obviously all my meals are salted as well, but that's all I use when it comes to, you know, seasoning my food. There's no point in using like I'll pull out one here for example. I'm just trying to find something that's, yeah, here we are. Right, so here we have a premium spice rub Mexican. Don't get me wrong, when you open this up, Jesus, if I can get it up, it smells absolutely beautiful. But when you turn around to the back, you probably found out why it smells absolutely fucking beautiful. Typical values per 100 grams, 190 calories. Now realistically, this is only like, there's about 190 calories in this full tub. But realistically, if you add that up across the span of a week, you are overeating. And the stuff that's often not accounted for as well, and it's just more stuff passing through the GI tract that just isn't really needed realistically. So that's why I go for things that are, you know, sort of single ingredient things like pepper, salt, oregano, paprika. Keeps me ticking. Now onto one of my favourites as well. We've got banana. Again, super dense carb source. I actually use bananas when I'm gaining, and I still have them in the now just because, you know, I really like bananas. Very high in fibre, obviously got a good amount of potassium in there too, so be careful when you're obviously putting that into Chronometer, making sure that you are putting bananas in, obviously to then go from your low salt to low salt to pink salt or low salt to just normal salt intake for the day, making sure that you are taking bananas into consideration. We picked up, I think, within the realms of 25 bananas, which is quite a lot. But yeah, we've got bananas in, and realistically, as I said, it's a dense carb source and it keeps me feeling kind of empty, which is a feeling that I quite like. Full transparency, one of the things I became obsessed with on prep is feeling empty. Now, don't get me wrong, it could be a lot worse, it could be over volumizing foods, but I've been trying to go the opposite way. I've been trying to see how, like, see the smallest amount of volume I can get from any food when it comes to, you know, like stuff like boiling my rice. I've literally been trying to get away with as least water, the less, if I could speak, Jesus Christ, the least amount of water I possibly can be, because I really like that feeling of feeling nice and empty. Keeps my midsection nice and tight. So that is a nice little wrap up to the food haul. I normally do pick up some sourdough as well, but sourdough's now out of meal one and we've got some in the freezer already, so we don't need to actually pick up any more. Right now, where we're currently at in the day is 10 o'clock. We aim to start cooking my meals for 10 o'clock, so we're well on check for that. And things are going well. We've got Monday work block ticked off, everything, you know, going as it should. I'll throw up, I put it on my Instagram, most of you will follow me on Instagram if you're you know on the YouTube, but I'll throw up, I'll throw it up anywhere on the screen realistically. I might actually just put the camera down and then get it to stop tracking my face, so there is space at the side of the camera. So active track enabled. Jesus, I'm still getting the hang of the DJI here, to be honest. So yeah, let me just, it's still active tracking, who cares, right? I'll just whack it up anywhere on the screen. So I've got a little bit of space here. We'll whack up Josh's transformation. So where we're currently at right now, we are into our 14th week of the diet, going from just about that 73 kilo mark to high 66s. I expect it to be heading into the low 66s, if not maybe even dipping into the 65s this week. Realistically, we pushed super hard in the previous gaining phase, but that was definitely needed, and I do think there is a lot of merit to pushing body fat, only really, to be honest, in your early years, because the sort of return for investment as you become sort of more advanced into your own journey, it just diminishes over time realistically. But where we're at right now is we're looking really fucking good. As you can see, the shape is pretty fucking good. We're looking at potentially pulling the trigger on a 2027 prep, which would be very cool. That'd be my first competitive client on stage, which would obviously be like an honour for myself realistically, and just a really exciting process for obviously Josh and myself too. So yeah, that is where we are currently at with Mr. Josh Waters. Things are moving swimmingly in the right direction. Everything is getting nailed. It's genuinely as simple as that. We've got a big love for the process, literally just like myself. So genuinely no complaints there whatsoever, and I will use this time to get a shameless little plug in for the coaching. Things have been picking up a lot recently, which is really good to see, and it's pretty surreal, because to be honest, like at times I thought like, oh, it'd be unrealistic for me to be doing X, Y or Z with coaching, but you know, well on the road to doing, you know, well on the road to getting where I want to be with regards to coaching at the moment, which is very good to see, and it's super cool to see the hard work sort of paying off. So, you know, shameless plug, as I said, if you are interested in coaching, I will throw a link in the description. You can also shoot me a DM with any questions you may have. The inquiry takes literally like sub 2 minutes, and I will get back to you with a video running down the coaching service, everything included, my sort of kind of methodology / the way I like to go about coaching athletes. So yeah, that is all for this clip. I will see you with meal number 2, which is the pre-workout meal, pre-Monday legs. Let's fucking get it. Boys and bloody girls, would you look at this? This is mega. This is absolutely mega. So we have got meal number 2, the pre-workout meal, going in at the moment. And one thing about prep, if you didn't know, I'm on prep by the way. I've been really fussy with what spoons I have. Now, it's never to the degree of like really small spoons, but for me, this is a perfect size spoon, because not only is like the actual spoon part of the spoon, that's like small enough to make it so that I'm not like rushing through the meal, but it's also like the handle on it as well just sits like really nicely in my hand. So yeah, we are sitting down having this meal. Fructose, if I could speak, I'm going to move the table in ever so slightly. Fructose in with my glucose. Got a little bit of banana here, as you can see. It's an absolutely beautiful looking meal. And I will pull up the targets for this meal. This meal remains untouched. when it comes to the most recent food decrease standpoint. So minus 25 grams of carbs, and it's not touched the site, it's not touched anything of this meal. So we are sitting at, for this meal, 46 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, and 128 grams of carbs, 4.8 grams of fibre, and that is coming out to a grand total of 820 calories. As I say, this meal remains literally untouched. We've got basmati rice, cooked at a 1 to 1.25 ratio of rice to water. As I say, I'm literally kind of obsessed with trying to get it as low as I possibly can. Like, yeah, it's pretty dry if you're eating the rice on its own, but realistically, you mash the banana up. I've obviously got the mince in there, and I cook the mince with a little bit of water as well, so it gives it a little bit of nicer texture, should we say. We've got beef mince, tomato puree, banana, peppers, spinach, and some dark chocolate on the top there. You genuinely can't go wrong with that at all. And it's not a boring meal, and as I said most recently in my reel, your meal plan is only boring if you fucking make it boring. Realistically, you or your coach is the only person to blame for a boring meal plan. If you don't like your meal plan, change it. If you don't like your meal plan that your coach has made you, fucking say something. Jesus, caught myself there really fucking in the throat. It's really as fucking simple as that. So yeah, I really enjoy my meal plan, and with that variety, obviously in fruit and veg brings micronutrients, it also brings fibre, which again kind of bleeds into the satiety kind of aspect. Not that that's an issue for me, I'm pretty satiated with obviously 3,000 calories on a training day, and 3,800 high day, just about 2,900 I believe on a rest day. So satiating me is not an issue, but if that is something that you struggle with, maybe look to get a little bit of fruit, veg, fibre in there as well. You're also ticking the micronutrient boxes there too, and also just makes your meals look a little bit better. They're way more enjoyable. You can actually sit down and fucking actually enjoy it. And that's another thing as well, being present with your meals. You can't be expecting to sit down and scroll and obviously be present with your meals at the same time. Realistically, I'm going to be super present here. Put on an old video of Fortnite, we'll see literally whatever one pops up first on my recommended. So we've got Valentine's Day Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay. Get it on the screen, simple as that. It's really, it's easy watching, so a way that I know whoever's playing is going to win. So I'm not constantly on the edge of my seat, stressed out, because the way that I kind of get with training videos, where I'm like, oh, what's going to happen here, and I'm almost kind of in an elevated state while I'm trying to digest the food that I'm eating. You want to be rest and digest. You don't want to be like almost kind of fight or flight when you're sitting eating a meal. So yeah, I'm going to head now because I'm absolutely choking at the bit to eat this meal. Time is currently 11 minutes past 20. Yeah, 20 minutes past 11. We've got Fortnite on the telly, Monday legs to follow. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day to bodybuild, and it's a bad day to be the Cybex hack. Let's fucking get it. It is an absolutely beautiful day to have just hammered legs. We are finished. I'll throw the post-workout meal up on the screen. I actually ate it inside the gym. They've got like a new sort of kind of mezzanine bit up the top, and I was just kind of chilling out and eating my meal up there. Very chilled. Went for a little bit of post-workout steps afterwards, and also got a little post up on the Instagram as well. So that meal that we have just, I was just about to say inhaled, we have not inhaled a meal because we don't do that. We like our meals to sit as nice as they can. That way digestion stays intact. Bloating is not an issue. We have just had a grand total of 46 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, and 120 grams of carbs. Now the little tip with this meal is, yes, there's fat, there is an actual fat source in that meal, both coming in the form of extra virgin olive oil and also dark chocolate too. People a lot of the time they demonise fats in the post-workout meal, and I think it's actually wrongfully demonised in my opinion. The rationale behind that is that you want to replenish your glycogen stores like super quickly. Well, my argument towards that would be, realistically, you're not going to deplete absolutely everything out your glycogen stores training anyway. 50% tops, realistically. And also, like, why do you need them replenished super quickly? Are you training again? Are you training again in a few hours time? The answer to that should be no. In the most ideal sort of scenario. So to say that you need like a super fast acting carb source, like a Rice Krispie square bar or like Cocoa Pops or anything like that, it's not really exactly needed in a post workout setting. You could literally have like low on the glycemic index carb source, like a brown bread, say, or like a brown rice post workout, and there's nothing going to be wrong with that, realistically, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the kind of tip with that meal. In that meal we do have basmati rice again, the goat, banana, chicken breast, lint, 85% dark chocolate, spring onion, extra virgin olive oil and kiwi, all in the same tub, getting all those nice flavours, getting all those nice textures in the one place. It's really nice, actually, in my opinion. So yeah, that is all for this clip. We are back up the road. The time is currently 3 o'clock. We've trained. Beautiful session, and it's an absolutely beautiful day outside. I know I already showed it, but fuck me, it's absolutely mega. It's absolutely boiling right here. Need to get some petrol, but we'll put that off until tomorrow. So yeah, that is it for this clip. What is up? How are we doing? You join me with meal number 4, which is realistically as close to trace carb as you can get without it actually being trace carb. So what we have here is a little bit of a crazy concoction going on. In this tub we have got a grand total, if my sheets would load, we have a grand total of 42 grams of protein, 11 grams of fat and 24 grams of carbs. 2.9 grams of fibre, realistically just coming from the banana, coming to a total of 368 calories. So what we have in this meal, chicken breast, halloumi and banana, a little bit of chili flakes on the top there too. It's a crazy fucking concoction, to be fair, but realistically I'm not too arsed about food touching each other, and that's something that is prep has kind of installed on me. I genuinely used to be like the worst person ever. Like if I'm having, say, like when I was younger, having, say, like chips and tomato sauce, the tomato sauce cannot be touching the chips, and nowadays it's just the complete opposite. I'm just like, get it all in the fucking tub, save dishes. But we have got this meal in. It is trace carb, and the reason that it is trace carb, it's fucking nice looking meal actually. The reason that this meal is trace carb is, realistically, at this point in the day, this is where I'm least hungry, and it's where I least need the food. Realistically, we're just off the back of literally like a 130 gram of carb post workout meal. What, like 2.5 hours ago from now, we'll be eating again in 2 and a bit hours time again. So realistically at this point, all I need right now is literally a protein feeding, and if I'm a little bit draggy, so fucking be it. That just means that new conditions is on the horizon, and that's kind of another thing as well. You could kind of dive into another fucking topic. Like these little bouts of kind of dragginess in the day, they come and go in waves. Realistically, I came in from training and I felt fucking horrific. I had to prep tomorrow's meals, which I've just done there, and I was like, fuck, this is going to be awful, it's going to drag in. I literally put a podcast on and I was absolutely grooving. But yeah, that's another thing as well, just perception. Like realistically, it's switch of perception from I'm feeling draggy to new conditions on the way, realistically is always going to be a positive. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. I'm not even going to get something on the TV because this meal will be done in literally 5 minutes, even if that. So we're going to get that down as we're going to go on a nice little walk, play a bit of Pokemon Go, you know the drill. What is up? We are back. I've literally, I've just ate my last meal and I didn't actually film it. What a fucking shit influencer this guy is. It is a super basic meal, literally just chicken, rice, peppers, banana, extra virgin olive oil, just the usual sort of stuff. We've got a little bit of cheddar cheese in there as well, you can't go wrong with that meal. Then I'm a little bit out of breath, just bolted it up the stairs. This meal sits us, well, a grand total of the macros from this meal is 46 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, 95 grams of carbs, coming out to 656 calories, 4.6 grams of fibre as well, and got a pretty decent amount of carbs, a decent amount of fat in this meal too. Reason being, it just kind of satiates us, keeps us satiated, keeping that sleep nice and tidy, because you don't want to be waking up throughout the night almost kind of hungry again. Two sort of environments, I've spoken about this before, but two environments that you definitely don't want to be hungry in is definitely that, you know, intra-sleep sort of place, and also intra-session as well. Obviously we know about the studies and literature showing that that is linked to, you know, like a sort of decrease in training performance. So yeah, that wraps up today's sort of what I eat in a day food shop haul, new sort of full day of eating with the meal plan. So I will whack the macros up on screen right now of the day, the full day of eating. We're currently sitting at 220 grams of protein, 400 grams of carbs, 60 fat, totaling out to 3,020 calories, 25.1 grams of fibre as well, and there are 6 litres of water per day, 5 grams of pink salt and 6 grams of low salt. So yeah, that is all for today's video. Obviously, if you've made it to the end, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much if you have watched the show day video as well. That a lot of positive response from that, which is really cool to see. So yeah, that is all for today's full day of eating, what I eat in a day food shop haul, and I will speak to you in the next one. See ya.